Welcome back to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. We are still mourning the death of an enigma in politics, the political giant, Baba Raila Odinga. Now, there's something happening in the country, and let this nation behave with some decorum. I have got some videos where people are fighting. In Bahati, some Luos were mourning, they were crying as they were passing around, and a certain tribe mocked them, and fight broke. Somewhere in near Kayole, some women were, doing the mourning in their own way, doing some traditional mourning there, and another tribe mocked them, and that is how fight broke. It is sad that people want to turn Raila's death into even more casualties. It is very sad. Death is very emotive. And Raila being a politician, people would want to politicize his death. Let us not claim more deaths when mourning the death of a giant like that. Now, when the news broke that Raila is no more, there have been questions as to whether when Oburu and Raila told us that Raila is doing well, whether that was deliberate, because several ODM brigades are saying that Raila was in high spirit. They spoke to him just hours ago or a day ago, and they're saying that Raila was well. Well, some of us feel that maybe it was a way to manage public anxiety. But who are we to doubt once we've been told that Raila was in high spirit? He's gone, and we need to mourn him in peace and let his spirit, go well. But we've been waiting to see what certain quarters would say. Rigathi has mourned Raila Odinga. He said Raila has not gone. It's only the spirit that is departed. And William Ruto has declared a 7 days of mourning with the flag flying at half-mast, both in the country and abroad. Miguna, the controversial man who worked with Raila, who has been mocking Raila, also mourned Raila. But in his tweet, he has sparked another controversy because Raila is never out of controversy. Whatever he speaks, whatever he tweets, there's a lot of controversy. I want us to look at Miguna because something is just cooking. But this is William Ruto mourning his friend.
On behalf of a grateful nation, I extend my deepest condolences to Mama Ida, his children, Rosemary, Raila Jr., and Winnie, the entire Odinga family, led by my brother, Oburu Oginga. To the leadership and members of Orange Democratic Movement, and to all Kenyans who share in this immense and immeasurable loss. In honor of the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga's extraordinary contribution to our nation, I have declared a 7-day period of national mourning, during which the national flag shall fly at half-mast across the Republic of Kenya and in all our missions abroad. As a mark of respect, I have postponed all my public engagements for the coming days, and I ask all other public servants and leaders to do the same so that we can join the nation in this period of mourning and deep reflection.
Based on what William Ruto is saying, Miguna is mourning Raila, but he's warning the nation, Kenyans at large, that William Ruto could use this opportunity to seek for unnecessary sympathy. And Miguna is also warning the Luo nation that we should be wary and be very careful of those whom we are going to propel to succeed Raila. And this is what Miguna says. In his first tweet about 4 hours ago, Miguna said, "Yes, I have just heard the sad news. Our condolences to the family of Raila Odinga. Rest in peace, Jacom." Many people thought that Raila would carry his controversy, his enmity, and his personal vendetta with Raila, even to the time when Raila is dead. But he has behaved well. He knows that as human beings, we are social beings, and we don't carry our enmity with people when they are no more. And in the culture of the Luo nation, you are compelled that even if you had some vendetta and enmity, there was something between you with the one with another, and that person is dead, then you're always compelled to forgive him. And Raila's and Miguna's behaved well. But ladies and gentlemen, there's another tweet that I want us to look at. Miguna says this: no matter what, that is how he begins this tweet. No matter what, Kenyans must guard against allowing tyrant William Ruto from turning Raila's death as a well to draw sympathy he doesn't deserve. It does not end there. The second part is even more controversial because Miguna says, this is now, Miguna is a poet here. This is poetry and it needs deep interpretation. Miguna says, and let us refrain from disparately trying to propel nyithindo mane onyuol e pap, and it says Latin, as anything but wind. And I want to explain this last part before we go to the first part. And let us refrain from disparately trying to propel nyithindo mane onyuol e pap as anything but wind. Let me try to interpret. Miguna says, tujaribu sana tusiweke watoto ambao walizaliwa nje, ila tuwaone kama passing cloud, upepo unaopita. Let us not look at children who were born out of wedlock or something. That's what it says. Onyuol epap simply means wamezaliwa huko nje. Ati let us tujaribu sana tusiwainue ila tuwaone kama passing cloud too. I called 3 wazees and I told them, look at that tweet and please tell me. And at first I thought he was talking about Raila after mourning him. Is he in any way trying to say that Raila was born out of wedlock? Because there was a time Miguna claimed that there's one of Raila's sons who is not his biological son, and people condemned him. So I thought, is he trying to do that? But then there was a common interpretation from some 3 wazees. I looked for wazee ambao wanasema that Miguna is playing succession politics and he seems to be targeting Babu Owino. These are thoughts of the wazees, the elders that I called, because I wanted them to understand. I had also seen this and I thought that Miguna has something. And they're saying that Miguna could be, and Miguna is a lawyer. We are not in his mind, but now that people are trying to interpret, it doesn't mean that this is what he meant. So that lest he takes you to court and say you quoted him out of context. We are not in his mind, but this is what people thought. That is basically saying that Babu Owino, who opponents now say that has got Indian roots, ile kala yake wanasema si Jaluo nini. You understand what I mean? And it's like telling the Luo nation ya kwamba do not propel him because he does not have the Luo roots. As I said, we are not in Miguna's mind, but many people interpreted it this way. And a disclaimer, these are thoughts of some people, some wazee, which doesn't, they do not necessarily mean that this is what Miguna meant. But the interpretation to them is that is what it means, that we should not propel, and they are targeting, they're saying that it could mean that Babu Owino is not a true son of the Luos. Very controversial. Let me tell you something. I know by default, Raila's death will result into the scramble for the Luo nation, the scramble for the kingship will become the kingpin. But there is a time for everything. Even the Bible says this is not the time to start scrambling. It is just hours after that news was given to us that our beloved Raila is no more. So let us wait for the right time. And Miguna is entitled to his mind and his thoughts. But the Luo nation will decide at the right time who they will give that mantle to lead them. That tweet is very controversial. But let's go back to the first one. Miguna says, let us not allow William Ruto to draw a well of sympathy. Miguna feels that William Ruto now wants to use this as, sympathy. I don't know sympathy to do what. And I'm just thinking that Miguna believes that Ruto is going to take advantage and tell people that, we were with Raila. We had agreed that Raila would support me, up to 2027 and all that. Just recently, Ruto said that he has had a chance to explain to Raila, to Uhuru, and to Gideon Moi the plans that he has to take Kenya to another level, to take Kenya to the Singapore level. And perhaps this is what Miguna feels. What I know is that after the burial of Raila Odinga, things are going to turn in a way that we don't expect. There must be a period of scramble before people decide to settle on one person. Raila was the symbol of unity in the Luo nation. They had allowed him to speak on their behalf. He was the kingpin, just like Gachagua is trying to be the kingpin of Mount Kenya, just as William Ruto has entrenched himself as the ultimate kingpin, the undisputed kingpin of the Rift Valley, just as Kalonzo has done in Ukambani. This kind of politics should not begin this early. Let us mourn. Let us give the family time to mourn. It is not yet time to start looking at who will take over. But I like the fact that Miguna says he learned of the sad news and he has sent his deepest condolences to the family. I thought that maybe angebeba hiyo hasira yake aanze kusema mambo ambayo haeleweki. To maybe the Luos or anyone who understands this, what do you think Miguna meant by saying that we should not propel watoto ambao wamezaliwa huko kwa kiwanja ila tuwaone kama upepo unapita? What do you think yourself? Because this is going to spark a controversial debate, what he meant. And I know Miguna, I wish I had his number. He blocked me. Ningemuuliza, please, sir, explain to us what you mean. Ruto has declared 7 days of mourning, but I want to tell you this. To the Odinga family, they will mourn Raila forever. 7 days is for the country, but the family will mourn Raila. Let us embrace peace during this moment. Let us not turn the death of Raila to claim more casualties. Wale ambao wana mock maybe ODM supporters, maybe Wajaluo, maybe nini, let them refrain. Wakati mtu anaomboleza, give them time to mourn.